Okay, stop scrolling for just 60 seconds. The US government just did something they've never done before, and it's going to hit your wallet harder than you think. On March 6th, 2026, President Trump signed Executive Order 14096. Sounds boring, right? Here's what it actually means. The United States now officially holds Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, just like gold, just like oil. And if you own even $100 worth of crypto, your taxes are about to change in ways your accountant probably doesn't even understand yet. I'm not talking about billionaires or Wall Street traders. I'm talking about you, the person who bought some Bitcoin on Coinbase 2 years ago and forgot about it, the person who got $50 in Ethereum as a birthday gift, the college student who made $300 day trading on Robinhood. Here's the thing nobody's saying out loud. When the government starts playing the same game you're playing, they always change the rules in their favor. So, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what this Bitcoin strategic reserve means for your taxes, your crypto, and your money in plain English. No jargon, no BS, just the truth you need to know before April 15th. Let's go. Let's discuss what actually happened and why you and me should care. All right. First things first, what is this Bitcoin strategic reserve? Here's the simple version. The US Treasury Department now owns approximately 215,000 Bitcoin. That's worth about $19 billion at today's prices. They got most of it from criminal seizures, Silk Road, ransomware attacks, fraud cases, and instead of auctioning it off like they used to, they're keeping it. Why? Because for the first time in history, a US president publicly said Bitcoin is not going away. We need to lead, not ban it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool, government bought Bitcoin. What does that have to do with my taxes? Everything. Here's why. When the government holds an asset as a strategic reserve, they classify it differently than when you hold it. Gold in Fort Knox, that's a reserve asset. Protected, stable, important to national security. But your gold coins at home, those are collectibles, and you pay 28% tax on those when you sell them. See where this is going? The IRS is now in this weird position where they treat Bitcoin like digital gold, but they still want to treat your Bitcoin like a risky speculative investment. And that double standard, it's creating 3 massive tax changes you need to know about. Change number 1, enhanced reporting requirements. Starting in 2026 tax year, any crypto transaction over $600 needs to be reported. Not $20,000 like before, $600. That means if you sold Bitcoin to pay rent, reported. Bought a $700 laptop with Ethereum, reported. Your exchange is now legally required to send a 1099-DA form to the IRS with every transaction. Change number 2. The wash sale rule now applies to crypto. You know how you can't sell a stock at a loss and immediately buy it back to claim a tax deduction? That rule didn't apply to crypto. Until now. As of January 1st, 2026, if you sell Bitcoin at a loss and buy it back within 30 days, you cannot claim that loss on your taxes. Change number 3. State-level crypto taxes are coming. 5 states, California, New York, Texas, Florida, and Illinois, are now proposing their own crypto tax rules on top of federal taxes. This is brand new territory, and it's confusing as hell. Let's discuss the tax tracks everyone's falling into right now. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's 29, works as a nurse. In 2023, she bought $1,500 worth of Bitcoin. By early 2026, it's worth $3,800. She's pumped. Then she hears Trump's Bitcoin reserve announcement. She thinks, if the government believes in Bitcoin, maybe I should buy more. So she sells her original Bitcoin, makes $2,300 profit, and immediately buys $3,800 of new Bitcoin the same day. In her mind, she didn't cash out. She just upgraded her position. But here's what the IRS sees. She triggered a $2,300 taxable event, and because she held it for less than 3 years, that's short-term capital gains, taxed as ordinary income. For Sarah, that's a 22% federal bracket plus 6% California state tax. She now owes $644 in taxes on money she never actually spent. It's still in Bitcoin, but the government wants their cut in cash by April 15th. And because of the new wash sale rule, she can't even sell it at a loss later this year to offset it. Sarah's not alone. Millions of Americans are making this exact mistake right now. Here's another trap: staking rewards and interest. Let's say you have $5,000 in Ethereum and you're earning 4% annual staking rewards. That's $200 in free ETH, right? Wrong. The IRS classifies that as income, not capital gains. Income. The moment you receive it, you owe taxes on it, even if you never sell it, even if it drops in value the next day. And here's the kicker: your exchange might not even send you a proper tax form for staking rewards, so you have to manually track it yourself. Miss it? That's tax evasion, even if it was an accident. One more: the gifting loophole that's now closed. People used to gift crypto to family members in lower tax brackets to avoid capital gains. Your college kid in the 10% tax bracket sells it, pays way less tax. Smart, right? Not anymore. The IRS now tracks the original purchase price, called the cost basis, through gifts. So even if your kid sells it, they're paying taxes based on your gains, not theirs. These aren't theories. These are real rule changes happening right now, and most people have no idea. Let's learn how to protect yourself. 3 moves you need to make today. Okay, deep breath. I know that was a lot, but here's the good news. You can navigate this. You just need to be smarter than the average person panicking on Twitter. Here are 3 moves you need to make right now, today, to protect yourself. Move number 1, do a crypto tax audit on yourself. Go to your exchange, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance.us, whatever you use. Download your full transaction history. Every buy, every sell, every transfer. Go back to 2022 if you need to. Then use a crypto tax software. I'm not sponsored by any of these, but CoinTracker, Coinly, and TaxBit are solid. They'll import your transactions and calculate what you actually owe. Most people are shocked. Some owe less than they thought. Some owe way more. But you need to know the number. Ignorance is not a defense with the IRS. Move number 2. Separate your trading crypto from your holding crypto. This is huge. If you're someone who buys and sells frequently, open a separate account just for trading. Keep your long-term Bitcoin or Ethereum in a different wallet or exchange. Why? Because when tax time comes, you can clearly show this account is long-term investments, lower tax rate. This account is short-term trading, higher tax rate. It makes your life easier and reduces audit risk. Move number 3. Take advantage of the one tax break that still works. If you're holding crypto longer than 1 year before selling, you qualify for long-term capital gains tax. That's 0, 15, or 20%, depending on your income. Way better than short-term, which can be 37% federal. So if you bought Bitcoin in 2024, don't sell it until 2025 at the earliest. Let it hit that 1-year mark. And if you're sitting on losses, you can still use those to offset gains. You can write off up to $3,000 in capital losses per year against your regular income. Have $5,000 in losses? Use $5,000 this year and carry forward $2,000 next year. These strategies are 100% legal, 100% ethical, and 100% effective. The difference between people who thrive during tax changes and people who get crushed: information and action. You now have both. If this video just saved you hundreds or thousands in taxes, do me one favor. Hit that subscribe button and drop a fire emoji in the comments. Next week, I'm breaking down the Bitcoin ETF versus buying real Bitcoin. The math will blow your mind. Don't get left behind. Let's build wealth together.